Alright, y'all, it's October 11th, 2025. It's about 40 degrees this morning. We're set up on this hillside, kind of at the top, drainage top. There's a bench that comes here just below me. About the closest spot, it's about 12 yards from me, but it goes around the end of this finger ridge that's here behind me and to my left. I found buck beds on that bench out on the point in years past. There's an old growth field. It's all growed up, a bunch of milkweed, and tall grasses, and briars, just thick, nasty stuff right here behind me on this hillside. Try to catch a deer coming back to bed this morning, or there's supposed to be a wind shift around 10 o'clock. So I'm hoping that wind shift is going to put these bucks on their feet, moving to the opposite side of these ridges to bed on the opposite side, so they can have the wind coming down over their back. So it might be a slow morning. It might just be a slow morning, and wait till that wind shifts a little bit. So I'm just gonna hang out here, and hopefully we'll see something walk by. I got multiple bears coming in on me. That was one of the coolest wildlife experiences I've ever had. That bear, the mama bear, was just less than 5 minutes prior to that mama coming and running underneath my stand. That was pretty awesome. Alright, y'all. It's a little after 10 o'clock, so wind hasn't shifted yet, so I'm not going to rely on that. I can't check my phone, my weather app. I have no signal. So I'm not going to sit here and wait on a condition I don't know that's going to happen. That was yesterday morning that I was looking at the weather and seeing that. So I'm going to get down and I'm going to walk this bench around, just kind of slip on it around the end of this finger ridge. I'm going to walk this bench, look for any sign, possibly change spots for this evening. I may would come back to this spot. It's a good spot, or I believe it's a good spot based off prior history. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get down and start slipping around. When it was at its closest point, that bear was standing right here. I was right there. That's only 5 small steps from the bottom of my tree. That was a pretty neat experience. But I'm down now, so I'm gonna start slipping around this edge. Alright, this is that bench that we were hunting just above. I've been coming down and there's deer's cat and acorns. There's some small rubs back on those little trees right over there. And then I was coming down where this bench starts to loop around the end of this finger ridge. And I just found that bed there. Matted down pretty good. The deer have the wind coming down over the ridge, over their backs, and they can look down the hill to any danger coming below. It's pretty typical of what I've seen the past few years here in the mountains. That's pretty much how all the buck beds are. There's a scrape right here underneath this little licking branch. Keep heading around, see what I find. This bench is just loaded down with deer crap and mast. And then now I've just come across a few more rubs here. Find some pretty good deer signs. Keep slipping through. There's another one right down there. There's a big cliff, drops off there, and it runs. It's about 50, 60 foot tall. It runs that way for hundreds of yards. And the same thing here is a big drop off here, and it runs that way for hundreds of yards. But there's a small drainage ditch that runs down in between them. It's just an awesome funnel for anything that wants to come up without having to make a huge loop around. And then as it comes up, it hits logging road that way, and that drainage goes all the way up to that drainage top we run this evening. And then there's a big finger ridge there. There's another big ridge that runs out there. So just kind of an awesome spot. A lot of topography, funnels, just comes together all at once. I think this is where I'm gonna get in here this evening and set up. Alright, y'all, I dropped down next bench, and it is just loaded with sign, deer crab everywhere, and a few rubs. But I just found this track here. I don't know if you can see, left side, right side, two claws there and there, but I mean that thing is just freaking massive. That is a giant deer track. I think I found enough sign in here. This is probably where I'm gonna hunt at this evening. Let's drop down to this bench here instead of hunting that other one. So I'm gonna ease on out here and head on back. I got some stuff I need to do today before I come back in here this evening. Alright y'all, I was just getting set up on the scrape line here earlier. I had my pack up here, the camera's hooked up, everything. Had my release on, had my bow on. I was just getting situated, I guess you could say, good and comfortable. And I was getting ready to do this little pre-hunt interview here. And anyhow, I started hearing something, sounded like something running through the woods. And I looked, and there was a really nice buck. He come running by right here. I don't know, something scared him over that way or what, but he come tearing by here. And he come up 15 yards. And I was going, bah, 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 bah. But I couldn't get him to stop, so I most definitely would have shot this deer. I mean, it was a really nice buck. I wouldn't have got none of it on camera. But yeah, he wasn't stopping for nothing. I don't know what it is. Something spooked him back there. Had to have. My wind's coming back this way, so I don't think he got my wind of me accessing in here or anything like that. But needless to say, this is the spot to hunt. I was hoping to see a buck come walking right through there where he come running from, not running by me and not stopping, but at least I seen a nice deer. I'm hoping he's gonna come back. He's gonna hang out and wait for him. window where I have no cover. So I'm just going to get off of me, bub. I'm just going to take a little branch here and just try to give myself just a little bit of cover. Just enough to kind of conceal me from when something's coming that direction there. I like that a lot. It's all tucked. One little branch tucked in there. Now, I should be good to go if anything else comes from that direction. So, I'm going to get situated back in here. Keep waiting them out. So far it's a good evening. It's only 5 o'clock, 10 after 5.